Rogue and Bowmer walked quickly down a trail as they moved silently through a deep, dark woods in search of a mythical beast that they'd been sent to capture or possibly even exterminate, with the latter being the least preferred end result, per a request from a guild. As they did, they eventually came to an opening in the trees, in the middle of which was a large field. However, what made this field special was that it was covered, from corner to corner and end to end, with mushrooms of every shape, size, and color. This immediately caught Bowmer's attention. She slapped her hands together hungrily as she studied the field with ravenous glee. "Oh, all mushrooms. And I'm perfectly hungry for a perfect treat at a perfect time like this. So let's get ready to eat us some mushrooms," she exclaimed. However, Rogue, being the observant one, immediately spotted a sign nearby that read, "Danger! Magic mushrooms! Do not eat." Seeing this, he tapped Bowmer on the shoulder to get her attention. However, before he could say anything, she bent down, opened her mouth like a gigantic food scoop, and began plowing her way through the field as though she were a combined harvester. Rogue looked on at this in muted horror. "Wait, Bowmer. Those are—" But the young woman wouldn't listen. She just blindly, and with ravenous hunger, raced back and forth through the field of mushrooms with reckless abandon. So good," she said with muffled words. Rogue furrowed a brow in frustration at this. "If you would just listen to me, I was going to say that those are magic mushrooms. So you shouldn't eat them." However, Bowmer continued to ignore him. "Bowmer, seriously, you don't know what they'll do to you," protested Rogue. But again, she wouldn't listen to him. "Wow, these are the best mushrooms I've ever had. You really should try some," she said as she continued to stuff more of them into her mouth. Rogue sighed in frustration at this. "Yes, I'm certain they are. However, the side effects—" "Well, there." Bowmer looked at him in confusion as he continued to eat. "Side effects? Whatever do you mean?" she mumbled, deciding that a mirror was more likely to get his point across than words could at that moment. He called up a mirror in front of her and placed it so that she could see the same thing he was. Curious to why the mirror was there, Bowmer stood up, looked into it curiously, and was aghast at what she saw. To her surprise, staring back at her in the mirror was a crazy, mixed-up, mutant chimera creature that looked like someone had mixed Darwin's grab bag together with a modern art store. She quietly twitched her mutant ears and whiskers curiously as he tried her best to make sense of this. "What the?" she replied in surprise. Rogue sighed. "I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen. Those are magic mushrooms you were eating. So, unfortunately, since you wouldn't listen to me, this is your new look now." "Well, at least until the magic wears off," he replied. Bowmer looked over at him in curiosity as she quietly twitched her ears in confusion. "So, this is how I'm going to look for a while, all because I ate those mushrooms?" she asked. Rogue nodded. "Unfortunately, yes," he sighed. Bowmer turned her attention back to the mirror again and once again studied her new look with intrigue and perplexity. After a bit, she smiled as she gave him a whimsical shrug. "Oh well, worth it," she exclaimed happily. Rogue shook his head at this and grinned. "Bowmer, you are so hopeless." Bowmer giggled in reply. "Maybe so, but I at least got to eat some awesome mushrooms,